Hi there. I have some examples today that I would like to start the lesson with. Okay, the first example is you play tennis very well, don't you? That is very interesting, isn't it? You haven't been to the mall, have you? Well, I hope that you can guess what the topic of our lesson is going to be about. Yep, it is question tags. Well, question tags. I'm not going to be the teacher today, you're going to be the teacher. Let's recap. So back again here, just I would like to make sure that you can remember the three examples mentioned before. So they will be listed here on the screen. And after that, you'll have your elements. And what are those elements? You're going to have 4 questions. After answering the questions, you're going to be able to understand question tags even more better. And that's how you're going to be the teacher. Just by answering the questions, you're going to provide yourself with the major factors of how can you understand question tags. Well, let's get right into the first question. What about the placing of the question tag? Was it at the beginning or at the end of the sentence? 10 seconds from now. Go. Excellent. At the end of the sentence. Perfect. So number 2. Question tags are formed using the main verb or the auxiliary or helping verb. Think. 10 seconds. Perfect. The auxiliary verb, which is the helping verb. Question number 3. If the statement is positive, the question tag is negative or positive in seconds. Excellent. Negative. Question number 4. If the statement is negative, the question tag is positive or negative. 10 seconds. Excellent! Positive! So congratulations now, you have reached the teacher level. Well, perfect, like you answered, 4 major elements define the question tags. From your answers, we are going to understand the lesson together. Like you said, you form the question tag at the end of the sentence. That's number 1, the position and the placement. Number 2, the verb. We form the question tags using the auxiliary verb. I know that in verb to be, we use the main verb, and the modals we use the main verb itself. But rather than that, we use auxiliary verb, which is verb to do, does, and did. And the last couple parts, the first one, if the statement is positive, the question tag is negative. And if the statement is negative, the question tag is positive. It's like you're standing in front of the mirror, you know that you see the reflection of yourself.
Well, guys, I hope that you understood the 4 keys of how can you form and how can you use the question tags. Let's recap them. The first one was the placement of the question tag. As I told you before, the placement of the question tag has to be at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning. Number 2 is the verb. We use the auxiliary verb in the question tags. I know that we have to use verb to be in the modals, but if we don't have them, if we have an action, just the main verb, like go, eat, jump, and write, we can use any auxiliary verb, like I told you, like do it, does, and did. And then we have the last couple parts, which is the negative. If I have a negative statement, I'm going to put it in the affirmative or the positive one in the question tag. And if I have a statement in the positive, I'm going to put in the negative in the question tag. On the bottom right corner here, we have some exceptions. There is no need for explaining them, just you have to memorize them. So last but not least, I thought of asking some specialist of that. I have a friend who lives in the States, so I made a video call via Skype and asked him how can he use the question tags as a native speaker. So let's watch. Great, it's fine to see you here.
Good to see you too.
So how it goes in the States?
It's pretty tough with the coronavirus outbreak. A lot of people in self-quarantine right now.
Yeah.
It's tough,
Hard.
isn't it?
Yeah, but try to keep safe, bro.
Yeah, man, thank you. You too. How's it in Egypt?
Yeah, it's ups and downs here. We have some confirmed cases that they got the virus, but we lack some sort of the awareness. People go out there. They say that أخليها على الله. Yeah, they said like that. I'm not going to think of it. But we're trying to get the best results out of that. So one of the major things that I'm going to be sharing with my students is how can we use question tags. So I thought that the best shot is to ask a native speaker how can they use it. So can you please provide us with some information? How can you, as a native speaker, use the question tags?
Question tags are very well used during the everyday language. The main use for question tags is to confirm your speech.
To confirm. Right. Perfect. Yeah. If I told you that there is another verb rather than the verb to be, like let's say that I eat pizza. So how can I form a question tag for that one?
So say, I eat pizza, don't I? So usually, if it's an action, you use verb to do. That's like the natural thing.
So Dave, let's wrap it up. So if you're going to give the students like a capsule, how can they understand the question tags? So what are you going to say?
So question tags in a nutshell, it's basically an addition to your sentence. Your sentence can go just fine without it, but it just adds confirmation or adds agreement with the main sentence. Usually, as I said, it follows the same tense as the main sentence, but it switches from negative to affirmative, and vice versa.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hope that you're having of course, that welcome. Yeah, that we got honored, me and my students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.